elsker dette landet som det stiger frem. Furet værbit over vannet med de 1000 hjem. Elsker det å tenke på vår far og mor, og den saga natt som senker drømmer på vår jord, og den saga natt som senker drømmer på vår jord.
Dear Crown Prince Haakon, Commissioner, Minister, and Executive President, dear ambassadors. Ambassadors, yes. And dear all other guests. My name is Fabian Stang. I'm the mayor of Oslo, at least for the time being. We have an election coming up in September. A special welcome to those of you coming from abroad. Thank you for bringing the summer to Oslo. It's our first warm day this year. We have a joke saying that last year the summer was on a Thursday. Is it Thursday today? Hopefully it will be nice at least as long as you stay here. I hope you will be able to enjoy our city and our heritage. Oslo is at the moment one of the fastest growing cities in Europe. We are obliged to keep in mind our history and our heritage as balancing this well as we build for the future. This house is built in the 30s. They started planning in 1915 or something, and then the cornerstone was laid down in 1931. Then, of course, everything stopped during the war, or most stopped during the war from 40 to 45, and then it was officially opened in 1950. In 1924, we celebrated this city's 300 years anniversary, 1924. But when this house was officially opened in 1950, then we found out that we should celebrate our 900 years anniversary. Yeah. And we're still in that business, so in year 2000, then we celebrated our 1,000 years anniversary. So we'll see how old we are tomorrow. As some of you perhaps know, this is the venue for the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony. So those of you who want to take a picture later on and send back home and tell that you have got the Peace Prize, you have that chance. When saying that, I will already congratulate all the prize winners today. And you are now in a city, we're not the biggest city in the world, but we are some 650,000 inhabitants, and we have people living here in Oslo who have their roots in nearly all the countries in the world. All kind of skin colors is represented, all kind of religions, all kind of sexual orientation, and hopefully this is a town where you are an individual and respected for that, not as part of a group. And so far, we live rather peacefully together. Again, welcome to Oslo. And then it's a pleasure for me to introduce Snežka Mijalović, who will lead you through the program tonight. The floor is yours.
We wish, Mr. Mayor, to thank you so much for your very warm welcome. We are truly delighted to be here. Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, distinguished award laureates, dear participants of the European Workshop for Young Crafters, ladies and gentlemen, here in Europe and also around the globe, who are watching us for the first time via live streaming. It is my honor to wish you a very warm welcome to the European Heritage Awards Ceremony 2015. Bienvenue à la cérémonie de remise des prix européens du patrimoine culturel 2015. Nou, hjertelig velkommen til den europeiske kulturminnepristildring i 2015. The European Heritage Awards ceremony takes place each year in a different European city. Last year, we were in the heart of Europe, at the world-famous Burgtheater in Vienna. Next year, we will be in Madrid. But tonight, we are so proud to be here in the Oslo City Hall, home of the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony. This evening, And our European Heritage Congress 2015 is the result of the fruitful and very friendly cooperation of many organizations and dedicated individuals from Europe, and especially here in Norway. Our efforts to safeguard Europe's cultural heritage can only succeed if governments on all levels, local, national, and European, support our cause. We are therefore honored to welcome to the stage Tine Sundtoft, Norwegian Minister of Climate and Environment. Madam Minister, thank you for the important support which your government has given to our Congress. The floor is yours.
Your Royal Highness, Mr. Commissioner, Excellencies, and distinguished guests. Dear friends, every morning when I wake up in my home city, Lillesand, a small town in the southern coast of Norway, I see a Europa Nostra Award winner outside my bedroom window. It is the City Hall. What a nice start of the day. On the behalf of the Norwegian government, it is a particular pleasure to welcome you to Norway in another city hall, the City Hall of Oslo. It's a highly symbolical building for the citizens of Oslo and of Norway. It is representing important architectural and artistic heritage. The City Hall is in daily use for important purposes for the citizens of Oslo, Norway, and the rest of the world. As the mayor said, every year on the 10th of December, the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony is taking place in this hall. Tonight, we celebrate outstanding achievements. The award winners are quality projects. They also have added value. The projects can be a place of learning, create knowledge and skills. They can give people and local environment a sense of identity. It gives people possibilities. Cultural heritage are important resources, valuable contributions to a better environment, people's welfare, employment, economic and green growth, and regional and local development. The economic potential and how to make it relevant for the future are important questions, both in Europe and Norway. Challenges and opportunities are shared across countries. The award ceremony and Congress this week are excellent examples of people sharing knowledge, good practice, and ideas. This week, young crafters from 21 European countries meet here in Norway to work with traditional crafts and building techniques in wood. On a visit to Latvia, I experienced how important such a cooperation project can be. Funded by the EEA grants, young Norwegian students work together with local students on restoration works at the oldest wooden synagogue in the Baltics, the Green Synagogue in Resekne. One of the students said it was an honor to work at the restoration project, to learn by practical experience. Norway is an active member of the European Union Programme for Cultural and Audiovisual Creative Europe. It contributes to the preservation and development for a common European cultural heritage. A result of the program is the performance you saw in the courtyard. Both Creative Europe and the EEA and Norway grants offer important possibilities for the cultural sector in Norway and in Europe. I'm happy to see that those opportunities are being seized and that cooperation is prospering among European artists and cultural workers. Together with these examples, the Congress and award ceremony tonight shows how important it is to work across Europe to find good solutions and share best practices. However, this would not be possible without the help and commitment of the voluntary sector. As we say in Norwegian, you are ildsjeler, in English, enthusiasts or leading lights. You work with passion to safeguard cultural heritage. This Congress is evidence to all the great work you do. Tonight, we also celebrate you. One of the award winners this year is the Eidsvollbygningen. This building is the birthplace of the Norwegian democracy. Congratulations to you and all the other award winners. On behalf of the Norwegian government, I would like to say thank you for your work and dedication, and thank you for this opportunity to speak. I wish you all a fruitful Congress in Oslo. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Sundtoft. The next speaker has, in our opinion, the opinion of Europe's civil society committed to cultural heritage, the most important portfolio in the entire European Commission. He shares our strong belief that we can continue building Europe only if we enhance further the cultural bonds between all Europeans. We are truly honored that he is with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to stage Tibor Navracsics, European Commissioner for Education, Culture, Youth and Sport.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Royal Highness, Ministers, dear laureates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be in this magnificent hall with you tonight, here where in 2012 the EU was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. Tonight we are here to celebrate the EU Prize for Cultural Heritage Europa Nostra Awards. Like peace, cultural heritage is not a passive inheritance. We must never take it for granted. Its existence depends on the efforts of every generation to protect, rediscover, and reinterpret it. Heritage is a bridge between communities and a path towards personal identity building. Because of this, it can become the target of acts of vandalism and even destruction by those who oppose the values it represents. This is happening as we speak. Museums, for instance, are no longer sanctuaries. We saw this with the terrorist attacks in the Bardo National Museum in Tunis this year and in the Jewish Museum in Brussels last year. Like all of us, I'm horrified by the tragic loss of so many lives and the human suffering in countries like Syria and Iraq. I'm also appalled by the terrible destruction of historical and cultural sites, perpetrated for ideological reasons and to fund a cruel war. This is an unacceptable attack, not only on the culture of these countries, but also on our common values as human beings. We cannot remain silent. The EU has repeatedly condemned these crimes and will continue to do so. Europe can and must help protect heritage in war zones. Since 2014, we've been supporting cultural heritage protection in Syria. More recently, we have allocated 1 billion euros to address the crisis in Syria and Iraq. We've banned imports of cultural goods from those two countries. And we are working with international partners, especially UNESCO, whose expertise in this field is precious. Ladies and gentlemen, I started on a somber note, but I'm here to celebrate with you the bright side of cultural heritage, its protection, conservation, and enhancement, and the talent, knowledge, and dedication of millions of experts and volunteers. Every year, we celebrate the best examples with the European Union Prize for Cultural Heritage, Europa Nostra Awards. The European Commission has been proud to support this prize since 2002. I would like to thank Europa Nostra for their solid, inspiring partnership and for the important work they are doing for heritage in Europe. This is an extraordinary time for cultural heritage in Europe. One just has to look at the 263 projects that competed for the prize this year from 29 countries. This is the largest number of applications in the prize's history. To me, this shows two things. First, that the cultural heritage field in Europe is incredibly dynamic. And second, that our prize is regarded as highly prestigious by professionals. It's a seal of quality that recognizes their work, and its high visibility raises public awareness of the immense value of our cultural heritage. I'm grateful to Plácido Domingo for contributing to this noble cause. The 28 winning projects we are celebrating tonight are quite diverse in scope. They range from gardens to cathedrals, from prehistoric sites to virtual museums, from market halls to music academies. I congratulate all the winners, and I thank them for what they are doing for Europe. We will have the opportunity to hear about them in a moment before we announce the 7 Grand Prix winners and the Public Choice Awards. But first, I would like to stress that the winning projects also highlight the role heritage has to play in social inclusion and economic development. They help us to engage European citizens in a deeper reflection on our shared values, our precious cultural diversity, and the promotion of intercultural dialogue. We have to keep raising awareness of this. The European Commission supports cultural heritage through policy cooperation and through funding programs such as Creative Europe, Horizon 2020, or Erasmus+. In the last 2 years, cultural heritage has become an important area of European cultural policy. We are bringing together member states, civil society, and European institutions around a shared political agenda. The Commission has proposed a strategic vision for heritage. We feel strongly that preserving our heritage goes hand in hand with making it part of the daily life of our communities. Heritage needs to be accessible to all in order to survive. Historic sites have to become centers of knowledge, focal points of creativity and culture, and places of interaction and social integration. In the new work plan for culture, heritage is one of the 4 priorities for EU policy cooperation from 2015 to 2018. Our work with member states will focus on participatory governance for cultural heritage as well as heritage skills, training, and knowledge transfer. And you, laureates of the EU Prize for Cultural Heritage, are playing a vital role in making the EU vision for heritage a reality. You turn principles into action, you nurture and enrich our expertise, our know-how, our common capital. Thanks to your passion for passing your expertise on to the future generations, the chain of knowledge and experience will not be broken. Only in this way can heritage be a living force. Only in this way can heritage root us in our past. And only in this way can heritage shape our future. This is exactly what our prize is about, enriching our sense of identity and nourishing our creativity. I wish you every success. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Commissioner. We look very much forward to our future cooperation. He has sung, conducted, and promoted Europe's musical heritage across the world. He is a global star and a cultural icon. And we are so proud that he is also our president, Maestro Plácido Domingo. We very much regret to inform you that due to sad family circumstances, our president has had to cancel at the very last moment his attendance at our ceremony in Oslo. It is with deep sympathy and with much affection and gratitude that we invite you to hear the special audio message which our president recorded for us this morning in Boston.
Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, dear award laureates, dear friends, on behalf of Europa Nostra, which I am proud to be the president of, I wish to thank you all for coming to Oslo from all parts of Norway and Europe to celebrate the best achievements in heritage across Europe. I also wish to greet everybody watching us live via the internet around the world. Mr. Mayor, let me thank you for your exceptional hospitality. I am so sorry I cannot be with you tonight in your beautiful city, a true European capital of cultural heritage. Your Royal Highness, we greatly appreciate your presence at our ceremony. Thank you so much for your personal interest and support for our cause. I also wish to commend the Norwegian government and numerous Norwegian heritage organizations and foundations. Thank you for your firm commitment to safeguarding cultural heritage, both tangible and intangible, not just in your own country, but also elsewhere in Europe. Let me now extend my special greetings to Commissioner Navracsics. We at Europa Nostra highly value our partnership with the European Commission and other institutions of the European Union. Together we are so much stronger. This year, our award ceremony takes place in a highly symbolic place, the Oslo City Hall. In December 2012, the leading representatives of the European Union came to this very building to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. This prize reminds us all, and especially the younger generations, that the European Union was and is a peace project. Today, Europa Nostra and I wish to affirm that the European project is also a cultural project based on shared values and inspired by our common heritage, which has been shaped across generations and across borders. We firmly believe that we can only achieve and preserve peace by investing in culture and education, and we can better understand and promote culture and cultural heritage by furthering and defending peace. These noble goals are so close, they are actually twins. We therefore fully support the Unite for Heritage campaign recently launched by my friend Irina Bokova Director General of UNESCO. As President of Europa Nostra and as Goodwill Ambassador of UNESCO, I believe that across the globe we must raise our voices and form a powerful alliance to promote the value of our cultural heritage. In this way, we must better defend it from today's many threats. We must especially condemn and oppose any deliberate destruction of heritage to which Commissioner Navracsics referred in his speech. Why do we care so much about heritage? Tomorrow morning at the University of Oslo, we shall provide an answer to this question. Together with our partners, we will present the report Cultural Heritage Counts for Europe. Indeed, cultural heritage has a far-reaching positive impact on Europe's economy, society, culture, and environment. Our report proves that important fact. We therefore urge European leaders and decision makers to make full use of the key findings of this report. Let us together maximize the power of heritage as a truly strategic resource for a sustainable Europe. The time has come for the European Union and the Council of Europe to develop jointly an ambitious strategy for cultural heritage, in close partnership with an active participation of civil society. It is our shared goal to continue building the policy momentum for heritage in Europe. Hopefully, the year 2018 will be the European Year of Cultural Heritage. Mr. Commissioner, you can count on us to support this initiative. We shall also motivate and mobilize our vast network of architects, artists and crafters, associations, foundations and corporations, professionals and volunteers to do the same. We must indeed all join forces for heritage. We must unite for heritage. My final words will, of course, address the true stars of our ceremony in Oslo, our award laureates. Tonight, we celebrate your talent and skills, and we honor your vision and courage. Each of you has made a real difference. Each of you has set an example to be followed by others across Europe, and indeed across the globe. Let me wish you all a wonderful evening in the amazing Oslo City Hall and a great European experience in Norway. Next year, I hope to welcome many of you in my native country, Spain, for our annual European Heritage Summit. Hasta la vista en Madrid.
After the voice of our president, let us listen to some music. The brass quartet, Trombonet, brings together 4 young musicians from the famous Barratt Institute of Music based in Oslo. This is a private foundation created by one musician couple. Today, it is run by the 3rd generation of the Barratt family. Please welcome the brass quartet Trombonet, and they will perform the Canzone Bergamasca by Samuel Scheidt. After this beautiful music, we shall now begin the main act of this ceremony, the presentation of the awards. And this is how it goes. We will start each category by a series of video clips, followed by the official presentation of the awards. After that, we will reveal the winners of the 7 Grand Prix and the Public Choice Award. So let's get started. We will start with the awards in the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising in the Field of Heritage. The selection of these awards was made by a European jury of experts chaired by Professor Tomislav Šola-Sladojevic from Croatia, and here represented by jury member Lucy Hockley from the United Kingdom, who will present the awards. The video clips, please.
The programme for owners of rural buildings in Estonia, Tallinn, Estonia. In 2008, the long-established Estonian Open Air Museum embarked on a training programme for the owners of rural heritage buildings. The jury appreciates that this successful programme not only helps to preserve traditional building skills and the use of traditional materials, but that it also promotes the integration of modern technology in adapting heritage houses to the 21st century. Prize winner in the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising, the programme for owners of rural buildings in Estonia, Tallinn, Estonia. The Garden City of Stein, France. Stein, a so-called garden city north of Paris, built in the 1920s and 30s, had become shabby and neglected. From 2004 on, a determined effort has been made to reinvigorate the original garden city vision. The jury hails the effort to re-establish the ideals of hope and to bring benefits to the present community, leading to a renewed sense of civic pride today and in the future. Prize winner in the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising, the Garden City of Stein, France. The Fota Walled Garden, Cork, Ireland. The frame yard, the walled gardens of the Fota estate in Cork, had been neglected for 40 years. In 2008, they were taken over by the Irish Heritage Trust, and now teams of volunteers work with staff to cultivate plants, flowers, fruit and vegetables for use on-site and for sale to the public. The jury appreciates the large range of volunteer initiatives resulting from the restoration of the frame yard. Prize winner in the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising, the Fota Walled Garden, Cork, Ireland. Saving Past Testimonies for Building a Future, Chisinau, Moldova. the Agency for the Inspection and Restoration of Monuments and their partners have managed to change attitudes towards cultural heritage in Moldova. The jury admires the sheer scale and reach of this project, which operates on a minimum budget. It has had a huge impact on the conservation, restoration, and particularly the protection of cultural heritage in Moldova and its capital, Chisinau. Prize winner in the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising, Saving Past Testimonies for Building a Future, Chisinau, Moldova.
Start with the presentation of the awards. The first winner comes from Estonia. From Estonia, we go to France. La France. From France, we go to Ireland. And from Ireland, we go to Moldova. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm applause for the first 4 winners in this category of our awards. Congratulations. And now, the next 4 video clips, please.
The Outbuilding project, Røros, Norway. Røros is not only a World Heritage copper mining town, it also has a unique form of urban agriculture. More than 400 buildings on these city farms have been successfully restored, thereby creating a highly qualified group of local restorers. The jury are impressed by the excellent relations established between the state, the municipality and the house owners. Prize winner in the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising, the Outbuilding project, Røros, Norway. The Heritage Skills Initiative, Newcastle upon Tyne, the United Kingdom. Since 2006, the Heritage Skills Initiative has raised the profile of heritage skills in the northeast of England and delivered 150,000 hours of training to over 37,000 people. The jury hails the substantial contribution of the initiative and feels that the participatory, sustainable and creative ways in which they address regional heritage challenges are truly inspirational. Prize winner in the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising, the Heritage Skills Initiative, Newcastle upon Tyne, the United Kingdom. The Young Archaeologists Club, York, the United Kingdom. The Young Archaeologists Club is a community-led programme which since 1972 has been getting youngsters between the ages of 8 and 16 engaged in archaeology. More than 60% have gone on to study archaeology. The jury are impressed with this achievement over many years of successfully playing a simple yet vital role, enthusing young people with archaeology and the past. Prize winner in the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising, the Young Archaeologists Club, York, the United Kingdom.
The people
Preserving
behind
cultural heritage in Armenia, Yerevan, Armenia. Armenia has a heritage of extraordinary richness, but needs external expertise to help preserve it. Italy has shown remarkable initiative in setting up cultural heritage preservation training in Armenia, which provides specialised conservation training. The jury are impressed with the effectiveness of this partnership between 2 nations sharing a philosophy in relation to their pasts. Europa Nostra Award winner in the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising, Preserving Cultural Heritage in Armenia, Yerevan, Armenia.
I'm so excited about these fantastic projects that I just want to congratulate them before we see all the clips. Now, we want to see who are the people behind these projects. The first winner comes from our host country, Norway. And from Norway, we go to United Kingdom. And then we remain in the United Kingdom. And finally, we go to Armenia. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm applause for these 4 winners in the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising. Congratulations. The awards in the category Dedicated Service honor the long-term commitment to heritage of organizations and individuals. The selection was made by a European jury of experts chaired by our Vice President Alexander Fürst-zu-Sein-Wittgenstein from Germany, who will present the awards. The video clips, please.
The Rundling Association, Jamein, Germany. Rundlings are circular medieval villages of Slavic origin in northern Germany. Since 1969, the Rundling Association has worked tirelessly to save this unique piece of heritage. The jury was deeply impressed by the commitment and strategic vision of the volunteers who helped revitalise the Rundlings as thriving communities, and by their efforts to lift them to World Heritage status. Prize winner in the category Dedicated Service, the Rundling Association, Jamein, Germany. Huis Doorn Association of Friends, Doorn, the Netherlands. The Huis Doorn Association of Friends was formed over 20 years ago to support this 17th century manor house and museum, which achieved fame as the last residence of Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany. The jury was particularly struck by the commitment of some 180 volunteers who saved the museum through their own efforts when Huis Doorn was threatened with closure due to the withdrawal of state support. Prize winner in the category Dedicated Service, Huis Doorn Association of Friends, Doorn, the Netherlands. The Churches Conservation Trust, London, the United Kingdom. First established in 1969, the Churches Conservation Trust has saved 345 listed buildings. The trust is supported by over 1,500 volunteers. The jury admires this European leader in the fields of religious heritage preservation, regeneration and conservation for its early recognition of the importance of safeguarding historic places of worship for local communities. Prize winner in the category Dedicated Service, the Churches Conservation Trust, London, the United Kingdom.
So, the first winner in this category comes from Germany. And from Germany we go to the Netherlands. And finally, from the Netherlands we go to the United Kingdom. In this category, our jury also decided to give a special mention to the Association for the Protection of Old Drøbak Town from our host country, Norway. So, ladies and gentlemen, please stay with us for the last. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm applause for all award winners in the category Dedicated Service to Heritage and the winner of the special mention. Thank you. Our next category honors exemplary research and digitization projects related to cultural heritage. The selection of the laureates was made by a European jury of experts chaired by Professor Gianni Perbellini from Italy, who will present the awards. Video clips, please.
The restoration of the Lasithi Plateau's windmills with perforated sails, Crete, Greece. The Lasithi Plateau in Crete is home to 10,000 windmills which irrigate the shallow soil. Most of these mills had ceased to operate, but research by Georgios Hatzakis has made it possible to successfully increase their efficiency by perforating the sails with minute holes. The jury admires this ingenious idea, which can be reproduced elsewhere in Europe. Prize winner in the category Research and Digitalization, the restoration of the Lasithi Plateau's windmills with perforated sails, Crete, Greece. Hermes, Hermopolis Digital Heritage Management, Syros, Greece. The digital monitoring of nearly all of the 1,000 buildings of the 200-year-old town of Hermopolis on the island of Syros is extremely valuable in assessing priorities for intervention. Its scientific and technical sophistication commended this project strongly to the jury, as well as its value for the digitalization of Europe's architectural heritage. Prize winner in the category Research and Digitalization, Hermes, Hermopolis Digital Heritage Management, Syros, Greece. The Wonders of Venice, Virtual Online Treasures in the St. Mark's area, Italy. This multi-platform virtual museum shows users in detail the buildings and objects of interest in the area of St. Mark's Square, Venice. The jury was most impressed with this digitalization project. The challenges of complexity, the distinction between the real and the virtual, the mix of academic disciplines and the range of objects were all successfully resolved. Prize winner in the category Research and Digitalization, The Wonders of Venice, Virtual Online Treasures in the St. Mark's area, Italy. Learning from Las Cuencas, the cultural landscape of the Asturian coalfields, Spain. Las Cuencas was originally a rural landscape, which was then totally transformed by the mining industry. This book concentrates on the difficulties of managing such an environment in a post-industrial age. It deeply impressed the jury with its focus on a complex and disorganized landscape history from which important lessons are drawn for the rest of Europe. Prize winner in the category Research and Digitalization, Learning from Las Cuencas, the cultural landscape of the Asturian coalfields, Spain.
So, the first winner in this category comes from Greece. And then we stay in Greece. And from Greece, we go to Italy. And finally, from Italy, we go to Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm applause for all the winners in the category Research and Digitization. Congratulations. We have now honored half of all of our award winners for 2015. And it's again time to listen to some music. Violinist Sonoko Miriam Shimano-Welde will play the Sonata No. 2 in G major by Edvard Grieg, accompanied by pianist Joachim Kwiecinski. Both musicians were trained at the Barratt Due Institute of Music. What a beautiful music composed by Edvard Grieg, and what a great performance by our young artists. Now, in this last category, we will honor 15 exemplary conservation projects from across Europe. The jury of this category, for which we are receiving every year the largest number of nominations, was chaired by Professor Fani Malou-Tufano from Greece, who will present the awards. We will see 3 sets of 5 video clips, each followed by the presentation of the awards. The first set of 5 video clips, please.
The picturesque garden of the Museum van Buren in Brussels, Belgium. In the 1920s, garden designer Jules Buysens created a small and beautiful Art Deco garden in Brussels. It had gradually become overgrown and in places had reverted to nature. The restoration of the garden, which is now part of a museum, delights the jury, who appreciate its new planting, renewed vistas, and, not least, the unique reconstructed rose garden. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the picturesque garden of the Museum van Buren in Brussels, Belgium. The Armenian Church and Monastery in Nicosia, Cyprus. The restoration of this Armenian church and monastery in Nicosia preserved a masterpiece of Gothic architecture, which since 1963 had suffered from neglect and misuse. The jury sees this project as a definite success story, which combines high-quality conservation with an exercise in the even more challenging process of rebuilding a community. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Armenian Church and Monastery in Nicosia, Cyprus. Boulingrin Central Market Hall in Reims, France. The Boulingrin Covered Market in Reims was built in 1929 and is an example of reinforced concrete pushed to its limits. After years of disuse, an ambitious restoration project has returned the exciting engineering of the market's creators to the local community. The jury pays homage to the courage involved in saving this exceptional example of 20th century commercial architecture. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Boulingrin Central Market Hall in Reims, France. Antoinico Mansion in Chios, Greece. The Antoinico Mansion, dating from 1893, is a garden estate with stone-fenced orchards of citrus trees located in a distinctive flat area in the south of the Greek island Chios. The jury appreciates the high quality of the restoration work, the recovery of traditional building techniques and pre-industrial agricultural systems, as well as the employment of local craftsmanship. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Antoinico Mansion in Chios, Greece. The Liszt Academy of Music in Budapest, Hungary. The Liszt Academy, built in 1907 in the Art Nouveau style, is one of Budapest's iconic buildings. However, after a century of use, the building had lost its original splendour, and its structural and mechanical systems were inadequate for contemporary standards. The jury regards this far from simple restoration project as an outstanding example of best practice in restoration. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Liszt Academy of Music in Budapest, Hungary.
So, for the presentation award, the first award, we go to Belgium. And from Belgium, we go to Cyprus. And from Cyprus, we go to France. From France, we go to Greece. And finally, from Greece, we go to Hungary. Ladies and gentlemen, the first 5 winners in the category Conservation. Congratulations all. The next set of 5 video clips,
The
please.
Paleo-Christian mosaics of the Basilica complex in Aquileia, Italy. The World Heritage listed Basilica complex of Aquileia is home to some beautiful 4th century floor mosaics. These have now been restored using a combination of state-of-the-art technology and traditional materials and are now protected. The jury is impressed at the resolution of the often encountered problem with archaeological structures of combining protection with public display. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Paleo-Christian mosaics of the Basilica complex in Aquileia, Italy. The Nuragic sculptures of Monte Parama in Sardinia, Italy. The Nuragic sculptures of Sardinia date back to the Bronze Age. Out of more than 1,000 stone fragments, 25 statues and 13 models have been painstakingly reconstructed. The jury are intrigued by the complexity of this restoration project, which was open to the public, and are impressed by its significance in developing our understanding of this underappreciated culture. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Nuragic sculptures of Monte Parama in Sardinia, Italy. The Halls, Amsterdam, Centre for Media, Fashion, Culture and Crafts, the Netherlands. This large tram depot, built around 1900 for Amsterdam's electric trams, has been converted into a cultural centre including a library, hotel, cinema, restaurant and food hall, TV studios, a craft centre and a site for small-scale local markets and business units. The jury highly commends the careful and sober renovation of this complex of buildings and their modest interior design. Prize winner in the category Conservation, The Halls, Amsterdam, Centre for Media, Fashion, Culture and Crafts, the Netherlands. Manor House in Eidsvoll, Norway. In 1814, the Constitution of Norway was drawn up in Eidsvoll House, but over the years, repairs and restorations had changed much of its original character. The building has now been carefully restored, entrancing the jury with the way authentic colours, tapestries and textiles have been recreated, echoing the astonishingly bright tones and richness of the early 19th century. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Manor House in Eidsvoll, Norway. The Salt Valley of Añana, the Basque Country, Spain. Valle Salado in northern Spain is an ancient salt-producing area with large evaporation terraces. Over the last century, this cultural landscape had suffered serious deterioration. This ambitious recovery project impressed the jury with its sheer scale and with the influence it has had on the economic life of the area's inhabitants, signifying the recovery of an important industry. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Salt Valley of Añana, the Basque Country, Spain.
So funny. In this group of our winners, the first one comes from Italy. And we stay in Italy. from Sardinia, we go to the Netherlands. And from the Netherlands, we come again to our host country, Norway. And finally, from Norway, we go to Spain. And now, for all of them together, the next 5 winners in the category Conservation. Congratulations. The last video clips.
The Cathedral of Tarazona, Spain. The architecture of the 13th century Tarazona Cathedral is a unique combination of both Gothic and Moorish elements. In 1982, the cathedral had to be closed due to serious structural problems. The jury appreciates this long-term restoration project based on a detailed and progressive master plan involving institutional cooperation, a model to be recommended widely. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Cathedral of Tarazona, Spain. The Armenian Church of St. Giragos in Diyarbakir, Turkey. The historic Armenian Church of St. Giragos in Diyarbakir had deteriorated badly. The roof had collapsed and the structure had become derelict. A thorough restoration project, re-establishing it as a both religious and cultural centre, became a success story in local cooperation, which particularly impressed the jury as an outstanding act of reconciliation between the city and its citizens. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Armenian Church of St. Giragos in Diyarbakir, Turkey. The Middleport Pottery in Stoke-on-Trent, the United Kingdom. The Middleport Pottery in Stoke-on-Trent dates back to 1888 and is famous for its burly earthenware. In 2010, it was almost closed, but then the Prince's Regeneration Trust stepped in, not only to save jobs, but also to secure the pottery's unique heritage. The jury applauds the rescue of this fine unit of production, both the industrial premises and its delightful product. Prize winner in the category Conservation, the Middleport Pottery in Stoke-on-Trent, the United Kingdom. Stonehenge, surrounding landscape and visitor centre in Wiltshire, the United Kingdom. Stonehenge is one of the world's most iconic World Heritage Sites, but it was compromised by outdated visitor facilities and a busy road which cut off the monument from its historical surroundings. The jury recognises that this successful project, to find a discreet and unobtrusive solution to the traffic and visitor problems, was the fulfilment of many years of hard work. Prize winner in the category Conservation, Stonehenge, surrounding landscape and visitor centre in Wiltshire, the United Kingdom. Viipuri Library in Vyborg, Russia. This library, a masterpiece of Finnish architect Alvar Aalto, is located in Vyborg, which is now in Russia. The building had suffered serious neglect and had even been largely rebuilt in the 1950s. The jury compliments the exceptionally well-researched and highly sensitive restoration, which is a commendable example of transnational collaboration. Europa Nostra Award winner in the category Conservation, the Viipuri Library in Vyborg, Russia.
So, in this final group of 5 winners in category Conservation, the first winner comes from Spain. And from Spain, we go to Turkey. From Turkey, we go to the United Kingdom. And then from Stoke-on-Trent, we go to Stonehenge. And finally, from the United Kingdom, we go to Russia. Warm applause for all of them together, the last 5 winners in the category Conservation. Congratulations. You have now seen all the winners of our awards for 2015. But who will win the 7 Grand Prix and who will win the Public Choice Award? We will find out after another musical piece by Edvard Grieg, the Ballade, Opus 65, performed by the Ut Brass Ensemble with some of the best young brass musicians from Norway, all trained, of course, at the Barratt Due Institute of Music. We thank Edvard Grieg and the Ut Brass-ensemble for this moment of sheer delight. Our awards program is a joint venture between the European Union and Europa Nostra. But the European Union cooperates also very closely with the Council of Europe to promote the safeguard of our shared heritage. We are therefore particularly pleased to greet the presence of Maxime Prévost, Vice President of the Walloon government, who has recently hosted in his own city, Namur, the 6th European Ministerial Conference for Cultural Heritage, organized under the Belgian presidency of the Council of Europe. Many people wish to be here tonight with us. As you could read in the program of our ceremony, also Mr. Martin Schulz, President of the European Parliament, sent a special message at Greece. Another person who sent a very special message is Mrs. Irina Bokova, the Director General of UNESCO. She wished to convey the warmest congratulations to our award winners and to express her wish that UNESCO, the European Union, the Council of Europe and Europa Nostra will join forces to unite for heritage. We ask you therefore to lift high up the sign you found on your chair. And on that sign are the words written in English and Arabic, Unite for Heritage. This action is to prove our solidarity with endangered cultural heritage across the globe. High up, please. Thank you. Thank you so much, and please spread the word back home. Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come now to unveil who will win the 7 Grand Prix and the Public Choice Award for 2015. I invite European Commissioner Tibor Navracsics and Europa Nostra's Executive President Denis de Kergollet to join us on stage. Can I have the envelopes, please? So, these 7 sealed envelopes contain the names of this year's Grand Prix Awards winners and also the check for 10,000 euro each. I will now give the first to Commissioner Navracsics. If you can please reveal the name of the winners of that first Grand Prix award.
You know, it's a difficult situation. I have to open an envelope. It's never easy. So the first Grand Prix of the EU Prize for Cultural Heritage Europa Nostra Awards 2015 goes to the Rundling Association, Jamein, Germany.
I would like to thank the European Commission and Europa Nostra for choosing us as Grand Prix winners. I nearly have tears in my eyes. This is an award not for me alone, but for the 3 generations of volunteers who have kept alive the preservation of a medieval form of rural settlement the Rundling villages of Central Europe. We are proud to be part of 46 years of continuous bottom-up community activity. We have never had any paid staff, and we operate on a shoestring. We will donate the prize money to our museum in the Rundling Museum village in Lübben. This is a great day for the Rundlinge in Wendland. Thank you all. Come and visit us.
I warn you, the Grand Prix winners are announced in a random order, just to keep the suspense even higher. So now, the second envelope goes to our Executive President, Denis de Cagrolet.
Suspense continue. So, the second Grand Prix goes to Wonders of Venice, virtual online treasures of St. Mark's area, Italy.
If you can, for the photo, yeah, you can just put it together. If you can, just.
A short speech. Your Royal Highness, Executive President of Europa Nostra, European Commissioner for Culture, authorities, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to receive this prestigious European Union Prize for Cultural Heritage, Europa Nostra Awards. Our project, Wonders on Venice, has been realized by a great team, formed by my colleagues, technical experts, and the company which was awarded the tender. We all come from very diverse backgrounds. We have different skills. Some of us are old, others are young. However, we all share the same desire, that is, to realize a project that allows people to access this unique cultural heritage, because culture influences education also by spreading the beauty all over the world. Thank you.
Commissioner, the third envelope goes again to you.
So, the third Grand Prix goes to the Armenian Church of St. Giragos in Diyarbakir, Turkey.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am very honored to be here tonight and grateful to be the recipient of European Union Prize for Cultural Heritage, Europa Nostra Awards. I would like to thank European Commission and Europa Nostra authorities and jury members. I would also like to thank Diyarbakır Subgregos Armenia Foundation for incredible work and financial support for restoration, Diyarbakır Metropolitan Municipality, contractor company, project and technical team, and to all stonemason and crew for their passionate and hard work. Thank you.
Denis, the fourth envelope. It's really serious. To keep the suspense.
The fourth Grand Prix goes to Salt Valley of Añana, Basque Country, Spain.
Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm the president of the Foundation Valle Salado de Añana, but I want, in the name of all the people who lives or works in the valley, thanks to the Commission, thanks to the Europa Nostra, and thanks to the jury, of course. Thank you very much. This prize, this award, is really important for us. Our valley has more than 6,000 years working around the salt, making salt. Perhaps this award is the support to 6,000 years more. Why not? So now you know our foundation, our work in the valley, our work in this activity, but perhaps you don't know our salt. Our salt is one of the best gastronomic salts in the world. Highness, the King of Spain use this salt usually. It's true. So I invite you to know, to taste, to try our salt. Thank you very much.
Mr. Commissioner?
So we just have some tourist affairs and advertisements as well. So the fifth Grand Prix goes to the program for owners of rural buildings in Estonia, Tallinn, Estonia.
A photo, please, a photo.
Your Highness, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this is such a great honor to stay here now. And I would like to thank European Commission and the Europa Nostra Award jury for this honor. Also, I would like to thank Estonian Ministry of Culture and Estonian Heritage Society for big support. And last but not least, of course, I would like to thank all our partners of this project, masters and house owners, and of course, our lovely colleagues from Estonian Open Air Museum. Thank you.
Denis, one envelope with you again.
You're better than me, Mr. Commissioner.
Here, read this also, there's still 22 for the...
The sixth Grand Prix goes to Churches Conservation Trust, London, United Kingdom. Congratulations.
I'm so pleased and proud to accept this amazing honour on behalf of all the people who have helped the Churches Conservation Trust in 46 years it now is to save so many beautiful historic churches in England. I'm really grateful to Europa Nostra, the European Commission, the judges, and to our host tonight in Oslo for this amazing occasion. It is a wonderful thing that in an age of consumerism, so many people are so passionate and give so much of their time and love to saving these amazing historic religious buildings, the ones that we care for at the Churches Conservation Trust in England. We couldn't do it without so many volunteers, but also the religious heritage across Europe. It's a daily proof, really, that people are motivated, the public is motivated by the beauty of their heritage, by the architecture, by their local environment and the places they can come together. And it's a great inspiration to us all. So I'm accepting this prize today on behalf of all of them, but particularly all those who've given so much to the Churches Conservation Trust, the founders 46 years ago, the volunteers, the professionals, the campaigners, the experts, the enthusiasts, and of course the staff, and also my chairman, Lloyd Grossman, who's in the audience today. So thank you very, very much indeed. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
So there are still 22 potential winners, but the last Grand Prix this year goes to the Zeneakadémia. It's the Liszt Academy of Music in Budapest, Hungary.
In the name of all who work on the conservation and the rebirth of the Liszt Academy in Budapest, between 2003 and 2013, I thank this great honor, the European Union Prize for Cultural Heritage, Europa Nostra Awards, the European Commission, and Europa Nostra. I think we all were guided in our efforts by the spirit of Liszt, the founder of the Academy, who, being a superstar of his time, welcomed and celebrated throughout the continent, never forget his native country and to promote its people. Being European and Hungarian, conservative and progressive at the same time, as he was when he continued the greatest musical tradition and developed it into the modern music of following century, give us the real creative force to live in our common Europe in peace and happiness. Thank you for attention.
All 7 winners of the Grand Prix for the year 2015. Now, the time has come to find out which winner of this year's EU Prize for Cultural Heritage Europa Nostra Awards stole your heart and the heart of many citizens across Europe who voted for their favorite projects through the Europa Nostra website. May we have the sealed envelope, please? And I invite Europa Nostra Executive President Denis de Kergollet to introduce the Public Choice Award.
The competition continues. All our winners' projects have touched the lives of many people across Europe and made their communities feel stronger and better. But despite of all your hard work and the fact that you are all great and deserving winners, the competition continues. There is one award that is not given by our international juries of experts, and this is the Public Choice Award. And once again, heritage lovers, heritage enthusiasts from all over Europe have voted for their favorite European Heritage Award winner. Many voters have shown a great interest and commitment and have shared their views, their ideas, their concerns, their hopes. One voter, for instance, Eli Christian, shared with us, save and preserve all the sites, natural landscapes, historical buildings that make up the multicultural spirit of Europa, and concludes the statement with 5 exclamation marks to make the point. Another voter, Lan Xiao, writes, "It's extremely important to preserve the great cultural and historical heritage of Europe for humanity and civilization as a whole. Thank you for leading the cause." Now, who gets the most votes? To warm you up a little bit, let me first say something of the runner-ups in 2nd and 3rd place, because the passion of our voters symbolizes the importance of these projects. In the 3rd place, the Armenian Church of St. Geragos in Diyarbakir, in the southeast of Turkey and Grand Prix winner. This restoration is an outstanding act of reconciliation for the city and its citizens, and such a strong and hopeful message for the region and for the world. The 2nd place, yes, you can applaud. The 2nd place was another Armenian church and monastery, this time in Nicosia, in Cyprus. And we read of our voters that it is not only a restoration, it is rebuilding a community through a shared commitment to preserve their multicultural heritage. And like one voter says, great and meticulously done project for a great cause in the heart of the still divided Nicosia. So now that brings me to the number one. I'll tell you some of what I read. First, that winner is not one of our Grand Prix winners. So now we are down only 20 possibilities. So to help you a little bit, I've read the following quote about the project. This is just the beginning. Amazing things still hidden today may be discovered tomorrow. I now invite Your Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, to join us on the stage, and it is, please, you who reveal the Public Choice Award.
Commissioner, Executive President, Minister, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Norway. This is the best time of year to visit. And now, for the Public Choice Award, Nuragic Sculptures of Minote Prama in Sardinia, Italy.
Well, I'm so surprised that it's difficult for me to speak to you. And it's a great emotion, I must say. And I am totally unprepared.
When he finishes, then you go to your place.
Well, I hope that this recognition is given not to me, not to Sardinia, not only to the sculpture of Monte Brama, but to archaeology and conservation, for all of us who strongly believe that archaeology and conservation are great means for progressing in the research in culture, in helping communities from the social and economical points of view. I remember when years ago in a sad time somebody said that culture does not produce economy. I think that that was the greatest mistake I've heard in my profession. Conservation helps not only conservators. I must confess that I still am happy every morning when I wake up and I know that I have to go to work. And I'm still as surprised when they pay me to do this job. But I also know how difficult it is to implement this career, how difficult it is to fight every day with basic and simple problems. And I think that results such this And the results that we obtain from these public votes are very encouraging for us, for the future, and for the culture of our Europe. Thank you very much.
Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, dear friends, dear award laureates, this concludes the European Heritage Award Ceremony 2015. And to our viewers around the world, please join us again next year in Madrid. Dear award laureates and distinguished guests present in the Oslo City Hall, on behalf of Mr. Fabian Stang, Mayor of Oslo, I invite you all to a festive reception. May I ask you to allow His Royal Highness and his party to be the first to proceed to the upper floor where the reception will be held. We wish you all a beautifully sunny end of this evening. Thank you.